Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron and this is the Genesis Models Show 15th of May 2015. Now we're in M4 week, so I've been working on the M4, basically just getting down and dirty with all those tracks and on the underside, loads and loads of mud, pigments, all that kind of stuff. But to be honest with you, I've been kind of working on other things as well. For one, I brought a new extractor fan. Now extractor fans are good, you know, we want to keep the paint out of the room, we don't want to be breathing it all in and everything. Now you've probably seen in the past, it's just down here, but I've got that big extractor fan which is in sort of like a big metal box, and you've got a really nice kind of filter on there. Now those extractor fans, they can cost like about £200, more in some cases. I mean, they are very expensive. It is kind of like an expensive luxury on something that, let's face it, I mean, this is our health, you know. It shouldn't be a luxury, it should be something that we should have, stuff like that. You know, so I wanted to get more air extraction out of this new workshop, and what I've done is basically in the roof I've installed basically just one of those industrial extractor fans, and to be honest with you, it seems to be a hell of a lot powerful than the one I spent £200 on, and this one that I've just put in the loft is like about, it would cost me about £60. They can be rather cheap if you go down that route. You know, so that's something that maybe you guys want to sort of look into. I mean, I know I'm going to go off and buy another one, just whack another one in the roof, because it does really sort of air things out sort of quite nicely. And I know some of you guys, you like to come along and sort of like make your own extractor fan box, and you know, one of these industrial ones attached to sort of like a homemade extractor fan box, you could save yourself like a load of money. So you know, that's what I've been working on, as well as I've been also kind of dipping into the LaFerrari just down here. You might have seen this kit sometime last year, which is the 1/24 scale LaFerrari from Tamiya. Absolutely smashing kit this is, and basically this is sort of like a bit of a test bed, because I mean, there's lots of different areas of modelling and I want to sort of like work on all areas. So I've been sort of working on this kit to you know, broaden my horizon, sort of, you know, learn new things so that I can then teach you guys new things. And we can just have a quick look at it actually just here, just to show you what I've been up to. What you're seeing here is the LaFerrari. Hold on, let's get you on camera. Let's try and zoom you in as well. It is a really cool kit. I mean, what I'm doing at the moment is I've just put my first layer of glossing down, hopefully, as you can just see, and I really want to get it to that nice high gloss finish. We do have our this carbon fibered deckling going on with this as well, which is rather cool. A lot of deckling to do, but it is, you know, a really good finish in the end, and we've got all that going on inside there as well. And then, as I say, really when it comes to model cars, you know, the thing that is, you know, the thing to get your head round is doing those high gloss finishes. I think this is coming out quite dark on our second camera here, but this is sort of like a nice Italian Ferrari red. I've been using all sorts of glosses because I want to sort of like try different techniques to kind of come up with something that I can teach you guys so that you kind of end up with the best result. But what I've been finding is that the best results is coming from Tamiya polishing compounds. You can pretty much go with sort of any kind of gloss coat on top, but then you come along with these Tamiya polishing compounds and they really do sort of bring out your gloss work to look like glass. Really am liking it. I'm going to teach you to do that one day. Any feedback on that as well, you guys, just to sort of let me know how much you want to see a car, or maybe I'll go off and do something like a red arrows and just show you making that high gloss finish. Next up as well, as you know, I had a nice little order of kits coming last week, and this is a kit that I want to have a look at, because I mean, it's a nice new tool, it's a helicopter, something different, and I am quite liking this one. So let's check out this in-box review. Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having a inbox review of Kitty Hawk's 1/48 scale AH1Z Viper. This is a brand spanking new tool for 2015 and it's now May. Looking at the box art, does look really nice, shiny, quite fantastic really. We've got markings going on around the side just to show you, but let's get this open and have a look. Right, now this kit does RRP at about, I do believe it's about £33-ish, so it's a rather good price. But let's have a look at our first sprues here. First off, we'll get in and look at some of the little bit. No, actually, let's have a look at the surface detail on this. Let's get out the big sprue. Right, so if we have a look at the surface detail on this, hopefully you can see it does look actually rather good. Right, hopefully as you've seen there, we've got really lovely recessed panel lines. They're of a good size, looking scale, look like they're going to take a wash. You've got recessed rivets on there, and then you've got all sorts of raised detail going on here. Bit of a service bay here, looks like we can have that open, closed, stuff in there. There is a little bit of flash. I mean, this is a brand new tool, but there is slight bits of flash. You know, only slight little bits just here and there, but actually that does look really good. So like the exhaust here, hopefully as you can see, nice detail going on there. Moving along to the opposite side, slight bits of detail there, a little bit different, but again, you know, looks consistent throughout. Moving around as well, we do have all sorts of instrument display, all sorts of different cockpit panels and all these kind of things going on. And again, the detail is looking very crisp, very neat, well detailed. Yeah, I'm really sort of liking this. We do have our instrument display panels just here. Hopefully as you can see, they are looking also rather good. You know, it really does show a nice bit of detail there for out of the box. The tub is quite bland, but it's one of those where you you glue all the detail on and build it up. So yeah, looking really good. However, right, we turn this over and then we have a nightmare of ejector pin marks. Right, here we are, just showing you the exhaust. I mean, look at those ejector pin marks. They're actually like sticking out, you know, a couple of millimeters there. So you're going to be having to take care of that. And then it is literally just generally all over this kit. There is ejector pin marks in lots of places you don't want them to be. Even the places where it doesn't matter they are, you've got to go around and cutting off all these big ejector pin marks and then glue them together. It is kind of rather horrendous really. But then surprisingly, our service bay, we've got no ejector pin marks. It's absolutely lovely. That is exactly the way we want it. But apart from that, they are absolutely everywhere. We do have a couple of sprues here. You know, we've got all little bits and bobs on here. You know, it looks just exactly the same as the rest of the kit. Really nice and crisp. We have our tail section and our propellers here as well. The tail section is looking just like the front part of the helicopter. Really good recessed rivets, good surface detail. The plastic does feel rather nice and smooth. It's not rough. It's not as if you've got to, you know, give it a bit of a sanding or anything like that. And the detail, as you can see, is looking rather good. But again, same with this one. We turn it over here on the propellers. We've got to cut all these nasty ejector pin marks out to then glue them together. Yeah, that is really bad. You do get a nice assortment of weapons with this, which is rather good. And I do find with Kitty Hawk you do get, you know, a good array of weapons. We've got all sorts of Hellfire, Sidewinders, rocket launchers, you know, you name it. It's loads of it. It's absolutely good. I love it when these are all armed up. They do look rather beefy. Again, same problem on this side. You've got ejector pin marks to sort out and sand out, sadly. But apart from that, that does look really good. And then in this little box here, which is rather good packaging, we do have our clear parts, and hopefully what you're going to see is they look really shiny. Right, hopefully you're just seeing there looking very nice and shiny there. I can just slightly see a bit of the slight bit of rippling sort of effect on the curves. You can't really pick it up on camera, but it is slightly there, but it's really not that bad. You know, so it's pretty good top marks there for our clear parts. Then moving along with the instructions, not really much to write home about, because I mean, let's face it, you know, they do get you there in the end. Nice, good quality, glossy paper for the first page, which then turns into standard, normal quality matte paper. We have real good sort of call out for our scheme, paint scheme, as well as where all the decals go. Really good how that is. And then quickly just going through the instructions, you know, it will get you there. I'm not seeing, you know, any real sort of problems or any kind of major options to do here or anything like that. As you can see, looks real easy. You do have a nice little loadout here which tells you where you can put what weapons, which is also good. We then have this that folds out, which then gives us another set of markings, and then also on the back we also have another set of markings of something a bit more fancy. And then also in the box you then also get another good quality paper showing another set of markings, so you got a nice couple of markings there to choose from. Then we have another little bag here with a few little goodies. Right, so we'll just get these out. We have this little sort of like a lead weight going on here, probably some sort of tail sitting thing to sort out there. I think quite see it in the instructions where it goes, but you know, nice that they put a nice lead weight in there for us. Then we have a nice bit of photo etch, which is rather good. Not a massive sheet fret of photo etch, but we, as you can see, you know, we do get sort of like air intake meshes and seat belt cover, seat belts and stuff, so it's rather nice to get that with the kit as well. And then moving along, we have our decals. Now our decals, not seeing how they're printed by, but they do feel like they are a bit on the thin side. Whether that's going to be good or bad, I don't know. You can't really tell until you actually use the decals, but as you can see, you know, the writing looks very crystal, very clear. You know, it's all seems to be nicely orientated, and you know, I'm not really seeing any problems with them at all. We'll get the macro later to see if we can actually see that writing up close. And then we've got another fret here, another decal sheet here, which is a bit more colourful, as well as you do get these instrument display panels. What I like to do, I like to cut out the actual screen bit and actually decal that down, not decal the whole thing down, just the nice screens, and that looks really good when it's in the cockpit. So I do like that they've done that. So yeah, really good decals. So all in all, this kit, I mean, about £33 ish, right? And that's our RP, which is a pretty good price actually for a nice new kit. It does look really good. I mean, yes, the ejector pin marks is going to be a bit of, you know, a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world for this kit. I mean, this kit does look well detailed, good recess rivets and everything, surface details really good, you know, and hopefully, you know, if it fits together rather nicely, I can see this being a very nice kit. And it's, again, it's, you know, it's something I wouldn't mind having a tackle of, because I haven't really done helicopters at all, to be honest with you, and this one does look like a good one to start with. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I mean, this is definitely a well recommended kit here at Genesis Models. So until next time, my name's Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed that nice in-box review there. I have done a solo version of that as well, which is going up on the Genesis Models website. Got a little bit of a shall we say, an exclusive mini product review here, and what we've got here is Mig Menez's new sort of ammo company, and it is their weathering magazine. This weathering magazine's been around for quite a while, but they are really good. I know I collect a lot of magazines, to be honest with you, all the Airfix magazines and whatnot, but I really do like the ones that sort of go into advanced, and the weathering magazines is one of those. If you want to do weathering, you know, it's a good magazine to follow, to be honest with you. So I'm just taking a quick look at this, as you can see. But this is the 1945 weathering magazine by Ammo, and what this is basically sort of like this, the topic is obviously, you know, 1945. We've got like a 162 going on in here, and I do like this one because you do sort of like, it does show you sort of like some nice how to sort of do wood effects as well, which is rather cool. It is quite laid out rather nicely in the book, and you also get like a little bit of a write-up about the aircrafts themselves and a bit of the history behind it. Moving along, you know, it goes through kind of like different stages of the sort of like the priming and masking up and doing a bit of chipping and everything. But yeah, I mean, just going through the book, you know, not to spend too much time going on about it, you know, it does sort of teach you a lot of different things. I mean, we've got a diorama here, which is like building from the ground up, you know, doing all those bricks and sort of like filling them in, which is rather cool. And moving along, you know, we've got a bit of face painting as well, so it's yeah, it's going to teach you so many different aspects of World War II, figure painting, dioramas, all your different tanks, even aircraft, doing the oil fading effects. Yeah, it really is a nice magazine. To be honest with you, I have sort of forgotten how much these cost. It might be on here somewhere. Well, it's €8 it says here, so that's probably like maybe 650-ish UK pounds. Yeah, so it's a really cool book. It is a bit more expensive than, say, I think Airfix is about £4.50 now or something like that, but you do get a lot more, I do think, for your money with this one, because it does really sort of teach you more than sort of a lot of the magazines is just a bit of a gallery and they kind of advertise things. But yeah, I do like that. Next up, a bit of news. Remember the competition? We have the what is it, the British Phantom 1/48 scale by Hazagoe. That's our May competition. You know, get in there on the forum and just post in that competition section to get entered. Another competition is going on, which is the patch. I'd like to get some more interest in there, but you know, design a patch for the World War II bomber group build, and you know, if you win, what kit was I giving away for that one? It was a Ju-188 E1 Avenger by Dragon 1/48 scale. You know, so you know, get in there to win those competitions and design that patch, which everyone's going to get a nice free patch, whoever's entered the World War II bomber group build, and you know, I'll even send you whoever wins the patch design competitions. So there's a bunch of competitions for you. Now this week is M4 week, and just to kind of show you, you know, what I've been up to, here's our M4. Let's bring you in, and what we have here is the whole underside is being given really a right good muddy scene to. You know, we really get down and dirty, doing all sorts of sort of like making the textures for the mud effect, mixing different colors, all these kind of things, really getting muddy. There's also we go into like the track, say, to get them muddy and giving them different textures and everything. So it is quite a dirty week this week for the M4. But as I say, I've been working on the LaFerrari as well, so that sort of took up a bit of time, as well as a bunch of personal things as well. But sadly, we've come to the end of the show, so it's been a bit of a short one. But you know, I've been doing all sorts of things. Next week it is HMS Victory Week, which is where we're going to get down to some serious planking on Victory herself. So we're going to be sort of learning how to bend planks and all these kind of stuff, like bending irons and water and all sorts of things. So you know, looking forward to getting down with some woodwork next week. So until next time, my name's Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.